we'll go ahead and get started. So again, welcome everyone to today's LKCS webinar on matrix marketing. My name is Tim Turzin. I'm the Vice President of Sales here at LKCS, and I'm going to go ahead and give you that webinar today. So before we jump into the actual matrix marketing portion of the webinar, for those that aren't familiar with LKCS, just a little bit about us. Basically, LKCS was founded on core values of providing the best service, high quality, fast turnaround, and fair pricing. We continue to stand by those values today as we evolve our marketing, digital, print, mail, and statement services to fit the needs of our clients. So we've been in business since 1961. We've dealt with financial institutions basically that entire time. So all of our products and services are focused on that financial marketing sector. So obviously we're going to talk about matrix marketing today, but if you have any other questions on any other marketing, web needs, statement needs, feel free to reach out to me or any of our other sales reps here. We'll be able to help you out. So today's webinar focusing on matrix marketing. So first, what is a matrix campaign? And our definition of that matrix campaign is a highly targeted, predetermined series of direct mail pieces, email messages, statement inserts, and or outbound phone calls designed to cross-sell products and services. All right? Each offer within a matrix campaign is personalized, and it's personalized based on the individual account holder relationships, demographics, and any other criteria that's unique to each of our institutions that we do this for. Okay, so it's a very personalized, one-to-one type of marketing program, going all the way down basically to that account holder level, deciding what they have or don't have to determine what we should talk to them about. Why do we like matrix marketing here at LKCS? It's proven results. We have a lot of clients that are doing these matrix marketing in different capacities. And we see proven results in a wide variety of institutions doing a wide variety of methods, all right? The other big benefit here is campaigns are completely automated, and they're going to continue running, and sending out information to your account holders no matter what other priorities or demands of your time may come up, okay? So being able to kind of set that up and get those things going, they only really need review every once in a while to kind of track and tweak and do little things. But once they're set up, they're fantastic. They run nonstop and kind of work in the background to help you grow business. And then personalized communications with your account holders, we found, is the most cost-effective method for improving services per household. Okay, so increasing balances, increasing long-term retention of that relationship. All right, so turning people into 1 or 2 product account holders into 3, 4, 5, right, or more. So that personalized communication is the key. Everything that's going on these days, you're getting hit with so many different ads, so many different, pieces of information. Being able to stand out and personalize things is really the key to the whole thing. Okay. So what are some matrix campaign components? You can tackle this in a lot of different ways. So we're going to kind of go through and talk a little bit about all of them. So direct mail is still probably the most popular. And honestly, it's probably one of the methods that I feel is, in today's age, is going to get you a little bit better ROI, and I'll explain why here in a second. So direct mail, this can be any combination of postcards, personalized letters that would go into an envelope, or self-mailers, so basically letters that already have the information on the outside that are kind of sealed by a tab or something like that. So why do I feel direct mail kind of gives you a little bit of a leg up these days? And the reason being is everything else has gone digital, okay? And I'm not saying don't use digital. Digital's great. We use it all the time. But if you think of, 10, 15 years ago, how much mail you got each day when you got home, it was probably, 8, 10, 12 pieces, maybe more for some people. These days when I get home in my mailbox, it's surprising to have more than 2 pieces of mail in any one day. And I probably don't get any mail on 1 or 2 days of the week. So it stands out more because you're going to get hit with, dozens of email, if not hundreds of emails, hundreds, if not thousands of digital ads online. So direct mail kind of cuts through and stands out a little bit more just because you don't get as much of it anymore, right? So I really do like direct mail for these. But on top of that, email, right? Email's still great, especially if you're personalizing it and it's a relevant offer, right? So emails are a great way to send these communications out, get that thing, or get those messages out to those account holders. You can use outbound phone calls, so actually using your staff to make phone calls to those account holders. And what we found here with phone calls, we're not going to make a call on every single product or service, but having certain potential touch points within a specific matrix to make a phone call to kind of just build some trust, build some loyalty, and have that personal one-to-one communication. And then statement-based campaigns, which we have several clients take advantage of, which work really, really, really well. By utilizing statement onserts, and those that aren't familiar with LKCS statement services, an onsert is basically an ad printed directly onto the statement. So everybody's familiar with a statement stuffer or a normal insert that goes in with the statement. The onsert goes on the statement rather than in with the statement. So that's what an onsert would be. So we also can do statement cover letters or selective inserts. Okay, so different various ways to kind of go about it. And the best part about the different components is you can mix and match. It doesn't all have to be one thing or the other thing. You can do everything that I'm showing you here and kind of mix and match how you want to handle things or get that word out to those account holders. So I'm going to show you a few examples of what these things could look like. So these matrix letter samples that you see on the screen, these would be personalized letters. We could turn that into a postcard or use that as a statement cover letter. So your standard letter on your letterhead, with the various offer. Okay. Going into email, pretty self-explanatory there. Custom designed to you, meet your branding requirements, your information, all of that good stuff. And then statement onserts. And in this case, that statement onsert all has a call out. So that black bar with that reverse text, that is a specific offer related to that particular product or service. That's kind of highlighting what the benefit is. So in this case, they're offering, a 0.5% off on a particular loan, a gift card, whatever the case may be. All right, so let's talk about the different types of matrix campaigns you can potentially use. I've got examples of 4 different campaigns that we find are the most popular. But I'm also going to talk about other options for you after these particular 4. So the biggest one that we see all the time is your new account holders, right? Those brand new account holders to your institution, or what we call onboarding campaigns. So why an onboarding campaign, right? We know through research and data points that have been put out, roughly 30% of your new account holders are going to leave your institution within that first year. Okay? So in turn, they're also more likely to purchase additional products or services from you in that first year. Okay, so why is that? Why are they joining and then leaving when they're more likely? So people are joining, they want to do business with you, and then if there's no communication, you're not reaching out, something, they don't feel a connection to you, they're moving on. So once they get to you, it's a very good time to really kind of connect with them and try to reach them on a personal level and build that loyalty, because that is what shows they're going to purchase more and then stay with you, right? So the challenge isn't only to get them, but it's to convert them. So they are using you as their primary financial institution, right? And the one solution here with this onboarding campaign is basically educating those new account holders about those additional products and services that are going to appeal to their lifestyle and their financial situations. Okay. So let me open up a PDF here. So this is a flow chart, and it's just a rough flow chart. This is not something set in stone. You can tweak and customize this as needed. So just take this, as an idea. So more or less, we build out a matrix for you, or that flow chart with you and for you. So we see a new account holder. We know they're new, whether you're giving us information or we're getting that from your statement data, whatever the case may be. In this particular case, in that first month, we see that this is a new member. That first time you sent us that file, hey, these are our new members. We're going to look, do they live close to one of your branches or not, right? If they don't live close to a branch, we're going to talk to them about our e-services. Welcome them to the institution. Here's all the ways you can do business with us online. You don't have to live close to us, right? If they do live close to us, we have found that people that live closer to your institution are typically the ones that are looking to use you as their checking account. So if they're living close to you, we're going to look, do they have a checking account? Yes or no? If they don't, welcome them, offer them that checking account, or that rewards checking, or whatever that popular checking account is, right? If they already have an account or a checking account with you, then we can welcome them and offer them, another product or service. Maybe it's our CDs or money markets, okay? In that second month, we're going to look, do they have an auto loan with us? Same thing, yes, no scenario. If they don't, we're going to give them a letter basically talking about that. If they already have that particular account, we're going to move to the next account, and back and forth and all the way through the matrix until we end. Okay, so this particular matrix has a series of up to 6 or 7 different letters, depending on if they live close or not, that can go out, right? Some people might only get 2 or 3 depending on the products they have. Some could get all. But this is over the course of several months. We're touching them, talking to them about different products and services. Again, this can go out in any way you want. It can be cut down to several weeks if you want to do weekly emails or phone calls or however you want to handle it. But this is an example of what a matrix would look like. Now, going a little further, and again, just for idea's sake, here's the same matrix broken out a little bit different, right? We're going to break it down into different age groups, right? Young adults, people that are kind of just getting started as an adult, and then, your older adults, right? That first month, we're going to look at everybody. Do they have a checking account, yes or no? But we realize these different life stages, different age groups have different needs. So after that first month, and we welcome them, we're going to start looking at different products and services, right? In this case, our younger adults are both getting auto loans. Our older demographic would be looking at CDs or money markets, right? That third month or third week, or whatever it might be, it's completely different. Our youngest adults, do they have a credit card? We know that they're going to be needing one, right? Middle age, do they have a mortgage? Our upper end, do they have a HELOC? Okay. So again, different ideas, different ways to break this down, and again, you can do it on any demographic, age, what we know about somebody, what products they have, don't have. So again, just giving you ideas of different ways to kind of handle that matrix. All right, so that's one example of a matrix campaign. Another big one that we see that's pretty popular is our indirect lending cross-sell matrix. All right, so indirect lending, just about everybody does it these days, and it's great, brings in revenue, does a lot, but how do we convert those people, right, to become, or use our institution primarily for all their other financial needs, right? So we found, basically a J.D. Power studies found that 37% of consumers with luxury purchases or 33% of consumers with non-luxury purchases basically intend to work with the dealer on financing. So basically a third of all people are going to go to the dealer and just let them deal with all the financing options, all right? So you're getting a good chunk of business probably from those indirect partnerships that you've created. So again, the challenge is not bringing in the loans. It's how to turn them into more than just that single service. So again, the solution here is to inform these account holders about your institution. All they know about you is that you were a great rate on paper, most likely. So we need to turn them, hey, we're more than just that great rate, right? We have all of this other stuff that is going to really benefit you, and we can help you, and all of that good stuff. So how do we do that? We set up a matrix for those indirect, account holders. If we know that they came in via indirect, we're going to welcome them. We're not going to try to sell them anything this first touch point. We're going to tell them who we are. Why are we different? We're more than just that auto loan rate, right? Second month, again, we're not even selling anything. We're just talking about ourselves. Why we're convenient. How can you work with us online? Where are all of our locations or our online services? We can handle your direct deposit. Whatever the case is, let's talk ourselves up. Starting in that third touch point, we would then start, potentially working on some other products and services. In this case, for indirect, we know they came for a loan. Let's start on the loan side of things. So we're going to look for credit cards or home loans first. We're not going to ask for that checking account, that really sticky product, until the end. Okay? We want them to get to know us before we ask for that checking. We know that checking is kind of hard to pry away. So we're going to wait until they kind of build some trust and some loyalty with us before we ask for that. All right. Third different type of matrix that we find is very popular is your single service account holders. All right. How many account holders do you have that only have that one product? Right? Maybe it's their rainy day fund, or they only cash their paychecks, one loan, one credit card, whatever the case may be. They've been with you for 6 months, a year, 2 years. They still only have that one product or service. Is that really who you want to attract? Do you really only want that account holder that's only going to use you for the one thing? No, you want them to use more. You want them to do more. So the solution here is to identify those account holders and send specific cross-sell offers based on maybe age range, income, and any existing account relationships that we know about. Okay, so an example of this type of matrix, right? We identify them as that single service account holder that has been with us for X amount of time. Again, in this case, we'll look close to the branch, look for checking. In this case, all the different products and services. And in this particular example that I'm showing, we're only looking to have them open up one more product. At one more product opened, we will close that matrix. We'll end it. We don't need to go any further. We've kind of done our job. You can keep going, but in this specific case, I basically chose to just end the matrix. All right. And again, we can look at all kinds of different demographics or credit scenarios if we can get that information. If you have it, or we can get it for you, we can build that right into that matrix. Mergers and acquisitions. We see mergers all the time, so it's kind of a big thing. These are really great. We have clients that have them set up, ready to go. That way, anytime a merger or acquisition might happen, this matrix is ready to roll out. We know that these are only going to increase in likelihood, and with each merger, all of your assets grow. You're gaining additional economies of scale, but are you getting the most out of those new account holders, right? The reason for that merger in the first place was that other institution that you're taking on was maybe struggling a little bit. They were having some issues, and it just made sense, and it benefited them and their account holders to merge with you. You have better services, you have better products, you have more services or more products. So let's let those people know, right? Extend those cross-sell offers to those new account holders, knowing what they have already, and then focusing on the products and services that are new to them or offer significant advantages over the old offerings, right? So this, again, we set it up, and it's just part of your overall merger strategy. You have it ready to go when needed, whether we use that every other year or every 5 years or whatever the case may be. So an example of that flow chart, again, identifying who those new account holders are, welcoming them, again, not selling anything that first month, just welcoming them, letting them know, hey, it's business as usual, this is what we have to offer, this is who we are, these are our core values. And then we can start looking into those products and services depending on what they have or don't have already, all the way down through the end of that particular matrix. Okay, so again, the samples I've showed are very simplistic. Okay, these can get very, very complicated. and that's okay. I wanted to kind of keep it very simple and easy to understand, but again, these are just ideas that I've put out on the flow charts. We can create anything you want and really kind of go crazy with it. So don't feel like it can't be complicated. It definitely can get more complicated than I've shown. All right. So other matrix campaign opportunities. So I talked about those four, and those are the ones that we kind of see all the time, but that's doesn't mean you can't do other things, right? So, new branch openings, right? We're going into a specific new market. Maybe we're going to identify people that live in this area, that are our current account holders that now have a new branch that might be a little bit closer to them. Let's talk about that. Let's see if we can get more products and services, from them. If you have a new select employer group, we can target them specifically or know who they are specifically to target them in a specific way. Any investment in our insurance divisions that you might have, right? So we can target all of those other products and services that might be going on. Senior club accounts, or any other opportunity that you see exists to send regularly, highly personalized campaigns to key prospects, right? All of this stuff is easy to set up for the most part. Again, it's automated, so it just goes all of the time. And again, you can kind of set it up and not have to use it, and just use it occasionally, as needed. So we definitely recommend them. The matrix is completely customized. All right, it's designed specifically for you and for your institution to be effective. So what are the things we're looking at when we are setting up or talking to a client to set up one of these campaigns? First, we need to know what the advantages are in the marketplace, right? We need to key in on your advantages. But we also need to know what your disadvantages are, okay? We need to know where we're stronger and where we're a little bit weaker, all right? And it's important to know where you're strong, what your advantages and disadvantages are to really create that good campaign. Because we don't want to, misguide ourselves, right? We don't want to say, hey, well, that's not really a disadvantage when it is, right? So we want to make sure we're sending the right messages with the overall strategy, with what we're saying, how we're portraying ourselves, what imagery we're using, things like that. Then we need to figure out what products and services will we promote to capitalize on our advantages, okay? Where are we best? That's where we want to start, okay? These are our top 3, 4, 5, 6 products. These are where we win in the marketplace. We know we're going to win. We want to get this message out. What order should they go in? Right? What's more important or what's most important? Okay? We need to figure out how we want to kind of target those and what order they're going to go. What offers are we extending on this? Is the offer only going to be that, hey, we know we have the best product or service in this category, and that's it? Or do we want to offer somebody, a little bit percentage off on a loan, or $25 gift card, or whatever the case may be? Do we have to entice them a little bit? What account holders should we target for those products and services? All right, so who is our base? Who are our account holders? How are we going to group them into different strategies, right? Again, this can be by age, income, what zip code they're living in, what town they're living in. All of that stuff can kind of come into play to how we target and what we say or how we handle it. What is the logic that we want to use to target and personalize those offers? Again, all of those demographics I just talked about come into play, right? What's their gender? Do they have kids? Do they not have kids? All of those things we can use to create that personalized, targeted message. How many different touch points are there going to be? Right? What are going to be the mail pieces? What are we going to do with email? Phone calls, whatever the case is. What are our touch points? How many are there going to be? Then we have to come up with the content. Once we know all of that information, now we got to come up with, hey, what are we going to say? And again, with personalization, They don't have to say the same thing for everybody. There can be variable pieces here, right? So we could target specific language for some people, different language for others, use different imagery. All of that stuff can kind of be used. But we've got to figure out that content. All right, so all of that stuff on the front end, we set that campaign up for you. So once we have all of that information, LKCS basically takes it from there. All of the initial programming to build that matrix out, all designing of everything can be done here. We can import all of that account data. How we're going to get that, that's up to you. So you can send us lists that we manage. We do have a service called DataFlex that manages everything for you. It's based on your areas data for the credit unions, for the banks that might be on. It's a specific set of data that you also have in your core system that we can basically import every month and know everything about, those account holders. Okay. We then take it from there with that matrix processing. We're going to identify which product and service to offer and send to which recipient, and then we ensure that those account holders are not receiving offers for products they already own. Right? So we're kind of doing those checks on what they have or don't have as they kind of flow through that particular matrix. We handle all of your printing, all of the mailing, all of the email broadcasts. The only thing that you may have to do would be an outbound phone call if that's a touch point that you want to utilize. And then we can offer all of the reporting and tracking in that DataFlex system if you wanted to go that far. Okay. So again, once it's all set up, we handle the rest, and then we just kind of look at it and tweak it from there. That ability to adjust and refine, you can do it at any time. We do recommend, trying to, kind of set it up and only tweak it maybe once a quarter or so. Could be more if language and rates and different things have to change. That's stuff that goes on all the time. But the actual language itself, we'll tinker and tweak with it, change letter conditions, maybe account relationships, how we're looking at it, right? We can add or remove letters, text design, all of that stuff can get modified, and it's done on the fly. It's very, very easy to change with us. I've heard nightmares from others that it is harder to change, but we don't make it hard, we make it easy. So all of that stuff we can adjust and refine, on the fly for you as things kind of change on your end. So I want to touch a little bit more on marketing automation. So we've talked about the actual matrix campaigns, and they're fantastic. We use them. They work really, really, really well. But, in this day and age, we can do so much more than just those matrix campaigns. While they're still great and they still work really, really, really well, and we really like to do them, going into full marketing automation adds another level of personalization that helps refine that matrix and helps us target people. Okay, so what is that marketing automation? It's just the use of software technology to automate repetitive manual marketing activities such as emails, text messages, lead and conversion tracking, and systematic follow-up. Okay, so we use these marketing automations to grow our audience, to strengthen our relationships, and encourage people to take the next step. All right, why? Why should I use marketing automation along with matrix campaigns? Because it's going to save you time. That's the biggest thing, right? Everybody's time is the most important thing. So if we can save you time and help you also improve engagement and increase leads and conversions, that's the big thing, leads and conversions. We're going to basically help you with email opens and clicks. We're going to know who's forwarding what, web page visits, form and calculator submissions on the website, video views, apps, PDF downloads, social shares, chatting with your agents in a live chat type scenario. All of that stuff comes into play with marketing automation. So marketing automation basically is a piece of code that would go on the back end on your website. And then as we send out different pieces of email, as those account holders are visiting the site, we are now seeing exactly what they're doing. We know what pages they're going to, what products and services they're looking at. We know exactly what they're interested in at this point. So it's no longer a guessing game. Hey, they don't have this product or service. I'm going to send them X letter because they don't have it. Now we can look and say, hey, they don't have this product and service, and they've been looking at this page, so we know they're interested in it, okay? So that marketing automation kind of takes it to a whole new level because we're looking at it in real time and know exactly what these people are actually interested in as the days go, all right? So same concept as matrix marketing. We're going to build out an automation track, sending out emails based on certain conditions on what we know they're kind of looking at, or maybe what we want to target them with, right? Maybe we don't know yet, but we need to entice them. So we're going to send them through a series of different email matrix type campaigns showing different products and services. And once they start clicking on that email and then going to your site and doing more, we're getting tons of data back to help us know exactly what they're interested in. Right? And that all funnels back in and then kind of tells us exactly what we need to know. Are they just interested in something? Are they actively researching something? Are they really researching it like, hey, they're probably getting ready to close things? Are they closed? Have they used that application on the website? Right? Have they made a conversion? Or are they not responsive to something? Hey, we've sent them emails about, let's say, auto loans. They haven't done anything with it. We could probably assume they're not really interested in an auto loan. Let's try a different tactic with this group. Okay, so marketing automation goes above and beyond your standard matrix marketing, and then that can tie directly into personalization on the website as well, specifically showing customized banners or personalized messaging for a specific product or service for people we know that are interested in that product and service. So instead of your standard homepage, it's kind of a personalized homepage that shows things that we know they're interested in, or more, right? It can be on interior web pages and all of that. So I want to touch on that because that technology is here, and it really, really does help kind of get rid of the guessing game and really target market and personalize those offers to those account holders. All right. So that is everything I had prepared for today. I want to thank everybody again for attending the webinar this month, and hopefully you learned a little bit about matrix marketing and marketing automation at the end there. So any questions, feel free to reach out, call me directly, send me an email. I'm going to stay on the line for the next few minutes, and if anybody has any questions, again, feel free to put them into the chat here. I'll be more than happy to answer as we go. But again, thanks for everybody's time. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.